The President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has made Tvet a centerpiece of his education transformation agenda. Tvet is a means to an end, not an end in itself. By that I mean that we look at Tvet as realigning education and economic development.
That is where the MPP government approved a 5-year strategic plan for Tvet in 2018. That 5-year strategic plan has 5 policy objectives. It has the governance and management of Tvet. It had quality of Tvet. It had access to Tvet, sustainable funding to Tvet. Then, of course, it had sustainability, environmental sustainability of Tvet.
The Tvet systems or Tvet education was highly fragmented and well separated from the normal formal education. You could realize that people couldn't even recognize there was technical education sector in the Ministry of Education.
Government has passed 2 major laws. Act 1023 is the Education Regulatory Bodies Act. Then we also have Act 1049, which established the Tvet service, that is to look at the Tvet delivery of public Tvet institutions at the pre-tertiary level.
For education to play its rightful role in economic development, you have to make education relevant to the needs of the economy. There's no other subsector in the education field where this relevance can easily be established than in the field of Tvet. So to begin with, the President directed that all ministries that are doing some kind of Tvet will have to give up. So if you look at MVTI, it used to be part of the Ministry of Labor and Employment Relations. All their schools are now at the Ministry of Education. About over 100 schools, getting close to 200, have been brought to the Ministry of Education as a result of this transformation.
For somebody who sits in the private sector, I'm very excited about the Tvet reform. The Tvet reforms brings to bear, the relevance of competency-based training.
And the President said that the only way to reduce youth unemployment and to prevent or reduce poverty is through Tvet. And to make the Ghana Beyond Aid agenda a reality is Tvet. We have finished, facelifted, retooled a number of technical institutes at the second cycle level and also at the tertiary level, that is the technical universities.
The arrival of the EVIC equipment has brought to us a lot of joy, because that is what we really need to be able to train our students to be globally competitive so that they can fit into the industry and compete with graduates anywhere in the world.
We are very excited. Just imagine you are doing mechanical engineering and you want to practice, go to the lab. With this type of equipment, once you are done with the training, you go to industry, you meet similar equipment, and therefore you are good to go.
We are really excited that we taking delivery of these equipments, and I must say that today, all of us, the students, the lecturers, everybody in the institution, we are really excited because of these equipments.
This is the first time most of us are getting to see this industrialized machine. And most of them that we see them, we just see them in books. But since we have these machines available, and we will be able to work with them.
These facilities are industrial facilities. They are not just for teaching and learning, but also for industrial or large-scale production. Those will, one, enhance collaboration between the academia and the industries, where some industries may not even have the modern equipment that we have in the school. So as they collaborate and work together, the industries also provide means for students to have a lot of hands-on to improve their Tvet.
So as we roll up to the next level, as we do the dual system and put the students in the workplaces, that is where the true transformation then takes place. So the President has directed that Minister for Trade an industry, and myself come together and develop an implementation schedule. The whole idea is very simple. You have one district, one factory. That one district, one factory may need some specialized skills. Why can't we align the schools to industry in such a way that the students go there, provide services, learn on the job, the company is able to provide feedback that I like the way they do this, or I don't like the way they do it. They go back to the schools fine-tune their systems to ensure that they meet the needs of industry.
Tvet starts and ends with industry. What government has done that has never been done in the past is to bring industry at the forefront of our Tvet. That is the establishment of sector skill bodies. Now, the sector skill bodies decides on the occupational standards, the industry standard with which training should be done. It's about outcomes. And if the outcome is based on industry standards, then that should inform our curriculum development, it should inform our training, it should inform our assessment and certification, and it should inform our performance evaluation.
Gone are the days where people thought that Tvet is for the second class students or the second degree students. Now Tvet is for the lacreme. Why am I saying this? The kind of equipment that we have furnished our schools with, right from the second cycle to the technical universities, somebody who doesn't want to be serious can't even operate those machines. So I appeal to the youth. The time to grasp Tvet is now.
Companies will want to come here because Ghana become competitive in the world in terms of the skills that we have. So Ghana will become an industrial hub. It will become high capacity labor producing center in the world. And that will lay the foundation for the growth of our industry, where Tvet become the magnet that attract companies from around the world because they know they have the top-notch skills coming out of our Tvet schools.
Ghana has reached an agreement with RICHEST International to upgrade of some of their technical universities and also technical institutes to improve their capability to train the students.
The project started in November 2019. The contract implementation time was 36 months, but now we are looking at 34 months to finish the project earlier.
The scope of work consists of two parts. First is the civil work, and the second is the equipment supply and services. For the civil work, we are going to provide
5 new workshops in 5 different technical universities and 10 workshops in 10 technical institutes.
and 1 examining unit in Kumasi. And for equipment supply and services, we are going to provide 69 laboratory equipment.
We have 5 labs: automobile repair laboratory, civil engineering, mechanical engineering, welding, electrical and electronic laboratories.
We're not teaching students to use them. Instead, we are teaching teachers to use the equipment so they can maintain the equipment and they know how to use them to teach their students. There are 69 different laboratories that we provided. So for every laboratory, 2 trainers will come to get trainings in each phase, and we have 2 phases of 3 months of training for the trainers. So in total, there are nearly 300 trainers across Ghana that will benefit from this training program.
We've been here for about 6 to 7 weeks now. The first week we started the training partly on theory, so most of the equipment like the 4-column lifter, the 2-column lifter, we went through them. We've also been trained on how to use the shell balancing machine to balance the shell, how to use the fuel changer machine to change shell. We've also been taught on how to use the diagnostic machine to detect faults in an engine, and many other things.
There are some of the things I wasn't used to. Now that AVIC have organized it, we are going to learn all. We have these late machines, then we are having the CNC one.
When we talk about CNC, it's a computerized numerical control machines. It is an update version of that of a lathe machine.
Before this facility, which is the AVIC facility, we used to send our students to KNUST for lab experiments for both mechanical and some of the engineering programs.
The old laboratory at Tenchincal University came with the establishment of the institution in the early 60s.
The equipment have been around for long. You could say in some instances that they were getting obsolete.
And the laboratories were not too big. In other words, you didn't have too much equipment in there.
Subscription rate of students who want to come here was getting higher every time. We were getting large numbers of students. So the workshops were becoming inadequate. So we needed expanded workshop to be able to train more engineers and applied scientists.
We are now privileged with enormous equipment, state-of-the-art. It provides a better opportunity for training our students to fit into the world of work and then also to become globally competitive.
Because there's a lot of competition out there and all industries are looking for people with practical skills. And I know that by the time we are done with our 4 years education, we are going to be done with almost all the machines. And so we are going to be practically equipped. And so it's going to really help us out there.
The lathe machine is my favorite because it helps engineers or most of the times technical workers to create or come out with new parts of machines. Example, with shafts to replace broken ones, bolts and nuts for the plant maintenance and others.
We have been provided with most of the equipment under all the environs of civil engineering. So when it comes to surveying, we have some equipment which would give us the practical experience. And then when it comes to soil, we have the direct shear apparatus. When it comes to structures, we have the standard curing concrete test machine.
If you go to the welding shop, for example, we only had the acetylene one, but now we have more than enough other kinds of welding equipment are over there that we can use. Now you have the power machines and all those machines which are modern and new that can be used.
The new labs are very spacious. They come with a large variety of machines, and even the quantity of each type is enough. We can see we have machining center, about 4 of them. We have CNC lathe machines. We have conventional machines, 10 lathe machines, and various types.
And these are state-of-the-art modern equipment which, as it were, allow students to see every device that is used in manufacturing currently.
With the new workshops that we've constructed and with the equipment that we have provided, the students have the chance to practically train themselves what they've learned in the books. And when they step out of the campus and into the actual industry workplaces, they can be more efficient. I hope that AVIC's work around the world and around Africa can help the government and the people in these countries to achieve a better life.
It's very good to see that more and more African countries, the government are focusing on the vocational training. We believe that together with AVIC, all these countries will have a very short path to achieve the industrialization.
Everything that ought to be in the Tvet space in terms of equipment and facilities have been provided. There has never been a better time for Ghana in Tvet education than now.